Hello and welcome. My name is Donna Freeman, and today I'm going to guide you through a class that is based on Ahimsa. Now, Ahimsa is the very first of the yamas and the niyamas, which are the yoga ethics that are explained in Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. Okay, there are 8 limbs of yoga, and the yamas and the niyamas form the first and second limbs. Now, Ahimsa means kindness, all right, or compassion for others and for self. And there I was reading and I found this lovely quote about self-love. And this is taken from Melody Beattie's Journey to the Heart, one of my favorite books. And so it says, when we love ourselves, it becomes easier to correct our mistakes, admit our wrongs, share our deepest feelings, and love others. Our spirit dances, thrives. Self-love energizes us. It attracts more love. The universe responds directly and immediately to our choice to love ourselves. Accept yourself. Love yourself just as you are. Your finest work, your best moments, your joy, peace, and healing come when you love yourself. You give a great gift to the world when you do that. You give others permission to do the same, to love themselves. So I'd like to share that with you and have you contemplate that as we move through this flow practice of Ahimsa. Coming to your mat. Finding a comfortable seat, feel free to be up on a block or a bolster. And resting your hands, maybe palms up or palms down, seeing which feels best for you today. Allowing and inviting the eyes to turn downward, maybe to close completely. And pausing here for a moment. Finding the breath. Embracing a moment of stillness, of self-love. And I invite you to bring a word or positive phrase or feeling to mind that will guide your practice. And let that power of the word settle in to your mind, into your body, into your heart. And we're going to begin with some Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi is victorious breathing. To start this breath, inhale deeply. Exhale, opening the mouth. That's it. Inhale. And let's say ah as we exhale. Ah. And feeling that light constriction in the back of the throat. That's what we're looking for. Inhale. That same type of breath, but now close the mouth. Nice. Inhale again. Exhale with a wide open ah type in the back of the throat. And then keeping that open back of the throat, inhale. And exhale. Welcome to Ujjayi breath. Inhaling and exhaling with sound. Sometimes this breath is called ocean breathing or Darth Vader breath. Right? It's the I am your father breath. Right? This is an energizing breathing technique that helps to focus the mind and direct the practice. I invite you to do 2 more rounds of breath with Ujjayi. And then if you'd like, you can just release that breathing technique and return to a normal, natural breath. And bringing your hands together in the center of your chest, returning to your intention, your positive word or feeling. Seal it in. Lowering your head towards your hands. Fluttering the eyes open. Nice. Release the hands. Shake those legs out. Nice. And you can sit crisscross again if you'd like, or if you'd rather, you can come to a kneeling position, kind of a thunderbolt pose. Now, if your knees aren't happy here, don't do this, okay? But otherwise, feel free to come into this position. We're going to take a few rounds of lion's breath, very active breath. Really good for releasing stress in the jaw and the throat. Okay? We have active hands on the exhale. The fingers extend and press into the knees, right? And the tongue is going to stick out like that. Okay? Big breath in. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. And maybe you'd like to look down at your nose. Inhale, exhale. Or maybe you'd like to look up at the third eye. Inhale, and exhale. One more, taking your gaze wherever you would like. Beautiful. And then coming into all fours. Moving around a little bit. Forward and back, side to side. You figure out how best to move for your body today. Listening and asking. Those are essential skills. Okay? And curl the toes when you're ready and lift the hips coming up into downward facing dog. Feel free to walk it out. Oh, enjoy that stretch through the calves and the Achilles. And then we're going to come forward, taking the feet wide. Okay, toes turned out. Coming into a squat. Now your squat might be high or it might be lower. Okay, you choose how and what works for your body using any props that you would like. Okay. And maybe rock a little bit side to side, kind of settle in. Yeah, it's a deep pose right off the bat here into those hips. And if you're really low, such as I am, you may want to lift up in that pelvic floor a little bit and start to really engage the thighs and activate, okay, instead of just sinking down into the joints. So lift up. Oh yes, it's a totally different activity now, isn't it? One more breath there. Okay, bringing the hands to the ground, the hips to the sky, head down, square up your feet to the side of the mats. Oh, and just sway side to side. Let that low back open, the hamstrings ease. Oh, the head hang. Shake it, no. Nod it, yes. Fabulous. Okay, we're going to sink down again into that squat. Turn the toes out, the knees track over the toes. And maybe, as I said, you might be higher, might be up here. Okay. Or find a place that's going to challenge you. Oh yes, that's the challenge for me right there. You may want to snug your arms in between your knees, press out with the arms, squeeze in with the knees. That'll activate more muscles. It's a good day to activate those muscles. Then hands to the ground again, hips high, hang down, ragdoll. Take it side to side. Be soft and easy. Maybe bending one knee and then straightening the other leg. Beautiful. Heel toe, bringing your feet underneath you. The knees are going to track over the feet. So if your feet are apart, the knees stay apart. If you walk your feet together, the knees are going to go together. Sink the hips back. and come up into chair pose. Okay, now you choose how low or high, okay, or low or high, you want your arms and your legs to be. There's lots of options here. You find out what feels good for you. Engaging in the core, so pulling in to support the low back. Okay, that might take your arms down a little bit, right? Or you take them high, your choice. One more breath here, you got this. Nice, inhale all the way up. Exhale, folding, half lift. Plant the hands, step back. Chaturanga, lower all the way to the ground. Inhale, lift the heart, next little cobra. Exhale, curl those toes. Downward facing dog. Nice. Walk it out, move around. Oh, big stretch to the shoulders. It's one of my favorite versions of down dog to do is the knee, deep knee bend. Opening up. All right. Then looking forward, step forward, half lift, full fold, reach for the sky, hands to heart. All right, we are going to go through 4 sun salutations. Okay? Standing tall. Surya Namaskara A. Inhale up. Exhale and fold. Half lift. Plant your hands mindfully. Step the feet back. Lower to the ground. Knees first. Beautiful. Inhale, open the heart into your back bend. Exhale, curl the toes. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Right? And then maybe every time you come into down dog in these 4 versions, you're going to do a little bit different version of down dog. This time I'm going to walk my feet wide. Oh yes. Getting into that stretch. One more deep breath. Beautiful. If you changed your feet, walk them together. And then stepping half up. Full fold. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Again. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Half lift. Hands come down mindfully. You're taking your feet back. Maybe you keep those knees off the ground this time. Chaturanga. Inhale, lift. Cobra up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. If you'd rather do puppy pose on your forearms, do that. If you'd rather do child's pose, do that. So this time I'm going to bring my toes together and bring my hands together. There's a little skinny dog. All right. Maybe you could call me a whippet or a greyhound. Oh, yes. A big stretch through those shoulders. One more deep breath here. Okay, return hands and feet to what is normal and natural for you. Stepping forward. Half up. All the way down. Reach for the sky. Hands to your heart. Nice. Inhaling 1. Exhaling 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 4. Inhale 5. Exhale 6. Pause and breathe. Feel free to embrace that Ujjayi breath that we did at the beginning of class. Two more breaths. The last one. Nice. After the exhale, that's when you step forward. Half up, all the way down. Reach for the sky. Big breath in. 8 and 9. Beautiful. Last one. Inhaling. Exhale. Half up. Plant your hands, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And breathe. 5 deep breaths, pressing your hands into the ground.
Right, and this time I'm just going to do a little bit of a twisted dog, taking my knees to one side. Oh yes, and straightening it up. And then taking my knees to the other side. Fabulous. One more exhale here. Looking forward. Coming forward. Inhale up. Exhale and fold. Reach for the sky. Hands to your heart. Pause there. Breathe. Connect. Do you. Beautiful. Big breath in. Stepping back with one foot. Nice wide stance, taking the shoulders and the hips to the long side of your mat. Coming into that beautiful warrior two pose by bending the front knee, one hand in front and one hand behind. Nice. Resting this back hand on the ground, draping that front arm down, letting it swing while it goes down, and then bringing it across the body, leading with the elbow over the eyes. Take that elbow as high and as far back as it's going to go. And then take your palm to the sky. Beautiful, big, gorgeous reverse warrior pose. It's called exalted warrior. And you can see if you want to look up or off to the side or down. Nice. Coming out the same way that you went in. Reversing those movements. Nice. Gently into extended side angle. Beautiful. Enjoying that expansion that happens in the waist. We're going to flow through those two poses one more time. Taking the hand back to the thigh. Crossing the body. Elbow to the sky. Palm up. I know it's a little bit different version than you're used to. Just go with it. Your shoulder loves you right now. And then flowing through, letting the hands come down in front of the body. Moving as if you're doing yoga in honey. It's sweet and slow. And breathe. Beautiful. Inhaling here. Exhaling. Inhale, come up to warrior two. Pinwheel the hands, pivot on that back foot, coming into a lunge. Okay, so we're into a low lunge here. And you can decide where you would like your front foot. If you want your hands to be up on your thigh, maybe into a higher lunge, or into this low version. I'm going to encourage you to see if you can go lower, and then squeeze the legs toward one another. Feel those hips lift, and then press the feet long and away. Feel that opening in this hip flexor. Squeeze them toward one another, nice, and press them away. One more time. Squeeze toward, yes, and press away. Okay, planting your hands, we're going to step back and find plank. You got it? Think about it and do it. And many of you know how much I like plank. So pressing into the ground, lifting up on everything that you can lift up on in the back body. Breathing deep. Nice. And lift one leg, put it down. Lift the other leg, put it down. Lift one hand, put it down. Lift the other hand, put it down. Lift one leg and the opposite hand at the same time. Woo! There you go. Okay. Other side, one leg, opposite hand. Yes, you got it. Down. All right, let's vinyasa through. Chaturanga. Woo! Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, curl the toes, downward facing dog. Oh, good stuff. Breathe. Okay, so the leg that you stepped back with is going to be the leg that now steps forward, okay? I'm going to do it a little bit differently so that you don't have my back to you, okay? So you do your version, and I'm just going to end up over here, okay? We're in pinwheel, come up, warrior two, okay? Bending that front knee, hand behind, hand in front. Beautiful. Rest, slowly coming into reverse warrior. So the arm comes down and across, elbow begins to lead toward the sky. Stacking those shoulders, take that elbow as high and as far back as it's gonna go, and then palm to the sky. You got it. Beautiful side waist rib shoulder opening version. Slowly come out. Yes, slow motion yoga. Hand drapes down. Over your roll, stacking shoulders into extended side angle. And breathe. Feet are rooted. Be kind to yourself. All at Ahimsa. Right? And you're going to do those two one more time. Drape it down. Take it back. Elbow comes up. Palm to the sky. Oh, yes. And again, you can turn your neck to wherever it feels good. And then slowly coming. I'm just going to roll, barrel roll. Nice slow yoga. And that's it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling this. I'm warm. Fantastic. Coming out to find warrior two. Big breath. Pinwheel the hands. Okay, coming into that lunge position. Okay, and again, you can be higher if you'd like. Okay, squeeze the legs toward one another. Press them further away from one another. Oh yes, stretch that hip, stretch those hips. Squeeze in, engage, build strength and awareness. Press out, open up. One more time. Squeeze in, squeeze them together, bring everything toward the center, and then press wide. Nice. Okay, one more time, into plank. Rooting your hands down, stepping back. Knees can of course be on the ground, or forearms can be on the ground, right? And just for funsies today, we're gonna do some knee taps, okay? So knees tap down and back up. Tapping down and up, tap and down. Your transverse abdominals are quite happy when you do this. This builds low back and low belly strength. That girdle muscle, so important in everyday life. I'm gonna do 3 more. Come on, you got this. 1, 2, 3. Oh yes, you are so kind. All the way down. Inhale into the back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Whew. All right, maybe we need another version of down dog here. So let's take one hand and grab the opposite leg, be looking underneath the arm, and breathe. Square it back up. Hand holds onto the opposite leg anywhere that it can find purchase. Look underneath the arm and breathe. Bringing it back. Beautiful. All right. Stepping 1 foot forward. Turning to the long side of your mat. Toes turn out. Knees stack. And slowly bring yourself up. All right. So we're going to come into goddess pose. Yeah, we're doing it. Okay. Bend in the knees. They track over the toes. Let's add some breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down the center. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Hands to hips. Straighten the legs. Even out the feet. I go side to side. Right. Allow your feet to move. They're not stuck. Right? They're not glue on the soles of your feet. So as your knees would like them to move, allow the feet to do that. So we don't put any extra torque on the knee joint. Remember, it's a hinge joint. It goes forward and back. It doesn't go round and round. Okay? One more version of goddess. Turn the heels in, knees track out over the toes. Bringing your hands behind your thighs, right? Press your thighs into your hands and your hands into your thighs. Enjoy all the action and activity that comes with that. We're nearly done with the active part of our practice today, guys, so stay with me. Breathe, soft breath, strong. One more breath. There it is. Straighten those legs. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Nice. All right. So coming into a balanced posture. Okay? If you'd like to do tree with an external rotation on the knee, go for it. Or if you would like to do eagle by crossing the legs with internal rotation of the hip, you can do that one. So you choose which one is working best for you today, which one you're called to, or maybe which one you haven't practiced in a while. So I'm just going to turn my knee out, coming into tree, finding some sweet balance by using my arms, adjusting, maybe adjusting to where I would like it to be, and breathing. Feeling that connection to the earth through the standing foot, through the body, through bringing your energy in and lifting it up through the crown of the head. Finding your drishti, your focal point. Returning to that word from the beginning of class. Last breath here. And then coming out. That's it. You're going to do the other side. Right? Finding your balance. Breath, body, mind, and heart. A sweet ujjayi breath if you'd like. Gently releasing the pose. Fantastic. If you'd like to make your way to the ground, you feel free to flow in vinyasa to get there, or simply to do the standing sitting test. For those of you who know what that is and have been with me for a while, yes, you could do that part too. Okay? Finding your way onto your mat. Seated, coming into staff pose. So that's with the legs out. If you'd like to be up on a little blanket or a small block, feel free. All right. Then hands come down beside the hips. If you'd like, you can activate those legs by pulling and inviting all 10 toes back towards your chest. And then lifting up in the sternum, inviting the elbows to come together behind you. And breathe. Reconnecting with that ujjayi breath, that wonderful, sweet openness in the back of the throat. One more breath here. On your next inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhaling, bend the knees a little bit as you come forward. That'll allow the low back to open. And then once you are forward, then maybe you straighten the legs. Maybe you don't need to. There's a big stretch there happening already. You can soften the toes or activate them, noticing what feels best for you today. I like to pedal my legs out. It's one of my favorite things to do here, just like you would as if you were walking your dog in down dog. Giving each side a little bit of loving, and then finding the sweet spot for both. One more breath. Beautiful. Inhale to come up. And we are going to roll onto our backs. Gently. Oh. You may want to hug those knees into your chest. And at first we're going to come into a little sweet half happy baby. So one foot is going to find the ground, the other knee is going to hug into the chest at first. I like to have my hands below or underneath my thigh and my knee. And then to take it wide toward the armpit. And the foot can just kind of be hanging out in space. If you want, you can work it toward the sky. One more deep breath here. Just enjoying that sweet compression in the lower abdomen. Bringing it back to center. Both knees in. Little reset. Then other side. So foot to the ground. Knee into the chest. Really good for detox and to stimulate your digestion. Also, awesome hip stretch. Taking it out wider, the knee goes in toward the armpit. And again, decide where you want your foot to be. And at times I need to check in with my shoulders and my jaw and relax those areas of my body. Because sometimes they contract without me being aware. All right, then coming in. One last reset here. Then a happy baby. Okay, and again, if you'd like to hang on to the underside of the legs, that has been my favorite for about the last 6 months. Okay, or if you'd rather hold on to ankles or feet or big toes, there's lots of options there. Okay, trying to invite the collarbones to be broad, the low back to expand. And I like to rock my happy baby. It feels really good. It keeps my baby happy. And you may even want to begin to straighten one leg and straighten the other leg. I think there's lots of angles and options here. So you do what feels good for you, and I'll do what feels good for me. Nice. When you think you've had enough, bringing your feet to the ground, just inquiring if there's any last pose or stretch that you would like to do before Shavasana. Take a moment to do that now. And then eventually you will find a position that you would like that feels supportive and relaxing for your corpse pose, your Shavasana. Inhaling and exhaling. And if you'd like, I encourage you to do some affirmation breath here. So on the inhale, you say to yourself the words, I am. And on the exhale, you give yourself a compliment or list a quality that you possess. Inhaling, I am. Exhaling, strong. Inhaling, I am. Exhaling, peaceful. Inhaling, I am. Exhaling, creative. Inhaling, I am. Exhaling, hardworking. Continue with your affirmation breathing. you may say the same word again and again to yourself, or it may be a number of different words. Embracing all that you are, honoring it. Know that with anything that you want, it already exists within you. Taking a deep breath in and a full breath out. Again. Sigh it out. And slowly begin to introduce movement into your body. Eventually rolling onto your side. And pressing into an upright position. With eyes soft, return to your word from the beginning of class. Placing both hands over your heart, treasure it, and send loving kindness to yourself. Being tender, treasuring all that you are and all that you can be. Thank yourself for showing up on your mat today. For the breath, for the body, for the mind. May Ahimsa be present in your thoughts, in your words, and in your actions. Namaste. Thank you guys. Sure appreciate you joining me for this practice of Ahimsa, kindness. I'd love to know what your thoughts and reactions are, so add those in the comments below. And always appreciate when you share my work with others. So have a wonderful day. Namaste.